Welcome to History with Herodotus, where the tapestry of time is woven with the threads of human ingenuity and perseverance. Today, we embark on a fascinating journey to explore the transformative phenomenon of shipping containerization, a revolution that has reshaped the very fabric of global commerce and trade. As we delve into this captivating narrative, imagine yourself standing on the bustling docks of a 19th century port, surrounded by the cacophony of seagulls, the aroma of saltwater, and the relentless hustle of sailors and merchants. In the mid-19th century, the introduction of steam-powered ships marked a significant turning point in the history of shipping. These vessels, with their increased speed and reliability, facilitated the growth of international trade, but also highlighted the need for more efficient cargo handling methods. One of the key figures who recognized the importance of streamlining cargo operations was Malcolm McLean, a visionary entrepreneur who would later play a pivotal role in the development of shipping containerization. Born in 1913 in North Carolina, McLean grew up in a family of modest means and began his career as a truck driver. However, it was during his time as a shipper that he became acutely aware of the inefficiencies plaguing the industry. The process of loading and unloading cargo, known as breakbulk, was a tedious and labor-intensive task, with goods being individually handled and stored on ships. As we navigate the formative years leading up to shipping containerization, it is essential to appreciate the context in which this innovation emerged. The post-World War II era saw an unprecedented surge in global trade, with the United States and other nations investing heavily in infrastructure development. The construction of the interstate highway system, for instance, facilitated the rapid movement of goods across the country, while the expansion of airports and seaports enabled the efficient transportation of cargo over long distances. In the early 1950s, McLean, now a successful trucking entrepreneur, began to explore ways to improve the efficiency of cargo handling. He became intrigued by the idea of using standardized containers that could be easily transferred between ships, trucks, and trains, thereby reducing the need for labor-intensive breakbulk operations. This concept, although not entirely new, had been experimented with in various forms during World War II, particularly in the United States military's use of interchangeable cargo containers. As McLean delved deeper into the world of shipping, he encountered a diverse cast of characters, each contributing to the evolution of shipping containerization. One such individual was Keith Tantlinger, an engineer who would later design the first modern shipping container. Tantlinger's innovative design featured a rectangular box with a reinforced roof and floor made from sturdy materials like steel and aluminum. This pioneering work laid the groundwork for the development of standardized containers that could be securely fastened to ships, reducing the risk of cargo damage and loss during transit. As the 1950s progressed, McLean's vision for shipping containerization began to take shape. In 1955, he founded the company Sealand Service, which would become a pioneer in the development of containerized shipping. McLean's innovative approach involved designing ships specifically tailored to carry containers, with cranes and other equipment optimized for efficient loading and unloading. This marked a significant departure from traditional breakbulk cargo handling, where goods were often loaded and unloaded by hand. One of the earliest and most influential examples of shipping containerization in action was the maiden voyage of the SS Ideal X, a converted oil tanker owned by Sealand Service. On April 26, 1956, the Ideal X set sail from Newark, New Jersey, bound for Houston, Texas, carrying 58 containers on its deck. This groundbreaking journey demonstrated the feasibility and efficiency of containerized shipping, reducing transit times and labor costs while increasing cargo security. The success of the Ideal X's maiden voyage sparked a wave of interest in shipping containerization, with other companies beginning to explore the potential of containerized cargo handling. In 1958, the first container terminal was opened at the Port of Elizabeth, New Jersey, providing a dedicated facility for the loading and unloading of containers. This development marked a significant milestone in the evolution of shipping containerization, as it enabled the efficient transfer of containers between ships and trucks. The introduction of the 20-foot equivalent unit, TEU, in the late 1950s further standardized the industry, providing a common measurement for container capacity. This standardization facilitated the growth of international trade, as shippers and carriers could now easily communicate and compare container volumes. The widespread adoption of the TEU also enabled the development of more efficient container handling equipment, such as cranes and straddle carriers. As shipping containerization continued to gain momentum, the need for international standards and regulations became increasingly apparent. In 1961, the first International Organization for Standardization (ISO) container standards were established, providing a framework for the design and construction of containers. These standards ensured that containers could be safely and efficiently transferred between different modes of transport, regardless of the carrier or shipping line. The 1960s saw a rapid expansion of containerized shipping, with the introduction of new ship designs and terminal facilities. The first purpose-built container ship, the SS Malcolm McLean, was launched in 1964, featuring a capacity for over 400 containers. This vessel marked a significant milestone in the development of shipping containerization, as it demonstrated the feasibility of large-scale containerized cargo handling. In 1966, the first all-container ship, the SS Fairland, was introduced by Sealand Service, carrying over 700 containers on its maiden voyage from the United States to Europe. This pioneering voyage marked a major turning point in the history of shipping containerization, as it demonstrated the efficiency and viability of all container shipping on a global scale. The following years saw an exponential growth in containerized trade, with the introduction of new shipping lines, terminals, and equipment. The development of intermodal transportation networks, which integrated containers into seamless door-to-door services, further accelerated the adoption of shipping containerization. As the industry continued to evolve, it became clear that the standardized container had revolutionized the way goods were transported around the world, transforming the global economy and shaping the course of modern trade. As the 1970s unfolded, shipping containerization continued to expand its reach, with the introduction of new technologies and innovations that further streamlined the process. The development of container freight stations, where containers could be efficiently transferred between ships and trucks, became a crucial component of the intermodal transportation network. This facilitated the growth of door-to-door services, enabling shippers to track their cargo from origin to destination with unprecedented ease. One notable example of the impact of shipping containerization during this period was the establishment of the Asia-Europe trade lane, which connected the bustling ports of Hong Kong, Singapore, and Rotterdam. This route became a major artery of global commerce, with containers carrying everything from electronics to textiles being shipped across the globe. As Malcolm McLean, the pioneer of containerized shipping, once observed, "The container is not just a box, it's a system." And this system was revolutionizing the way goods were transported around the world. The 1980s saw the introduction of even larger container ships, with capacities exceeding 4,000 TEUs. These megaships enabled carriers to achieve economies of scale, reducing costs and increasing efficiency. The development of advanced navigation systems, such as GPS, also improved the safety and reliability of container shipping. As the industry continued to evolve, it became clear that shipping containerization had become an indispensable part of the global economy. In the decades that followed, shipping containerization continued to shape the course of modern trade. The rise of e-commerce and just-in-time logistics further accelerated the demand for efficient and reliable container shipping. Today, it's estimated that over 90% of global trade is carried by container ships, with millions of containers being transported across the globe every year. As historian Mark Levinson notes, the container is a symbol of the globalization of trade, and its influence can be seen in everything from the clothes we wear to the food we eat. The legacy of shipping containerization can be seen in the modern-day ports and terminals that dot the globe with their towering cranes and efficient logistics systems. It can be seen in the global supply chains that rely on container shipping to deliver goods quickly and efficiently. And it can be seen in the very fabric of our globalized economy, which relies on the free flow of goods and services across borders. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.